mid-July, hotter than a firecracker. We usually run 50, 60 trail cams, so we're headed to one of these new farms to put out some trail cameras, try to check out what kind of quality deer we got. So usually early July, we start really hammering the trail cams. We run 50 or 60 cameras on multiple different farms, about half and half cell cams to regular trail cams. That's generally the time of year when we see the biggest benefit of putting these cameras out. You'll see some deer are more photogenic than others, but it really gives us a good idea that early in summer what type of deer we have on certain farms and what deer we kind of want to target. Even though it's not wintertime, it's not deer season, we're gonna cover our scent as best we can so we got as least impact on these deer as possible. We've got a food plot down here at the bottom of the hill, and we got a bedding area up here, and these deer use this as travel path back and forth to this food plot and bedding area, so we're gonna put up some cameras here and try to catch them on their way. We got a brand new farm this year. Me and my son go in there to scout it the very first day. We take off across the middle of the farm, middle day, thinking the deer are all bedded down, and my son was up in front of me about 10 yards and walked up on a bachelor group of bucks on the edge of the corn, and this really huge deer with a messed up one side that we got to watch for just a few minutes. So we did get to back out without spooking the deer. We came back and put out trail cams pretty much all over the farm, and it wasn't long, and he showed up on multiple spots on this farm, so we were really excited about that. Got a backpack full of scent trails, got all of our trail cameras hung. We're gonna circle back around in a couple weeks and see what we got.
Full Draw Adventures is brought to you by Swap Broadheads, Drain Your Game. Shine Sense, works anywhere, anytime. Dead Center Archery Products, the best stabilization money can buy. True Ball and Excel Archery, others claim it, we prove it. Threads Custom Bowstrings, performance, reliability, success.
Yeah. Well, Ricky named him freaking Sweetness. Stupid name. Like Superman. Goliath. Sweetness. I'm gonna name his deer Sissy. Who names a 185-inch deer Sweetness? So my buddy Ricky Gower is helping me out running cameras, and he called me one day, sent me a picture, and from the moment we got a blurry picture of a deer that was really tined up, we knew that needed to be my sole focus. So Ricky had already helped me. We put a food plot in, it was about a half-acre food plot, and we were running 5 cameras on it and had 3 deer stands because we knew where the bedding was, and we knew we needed to track this deer to that particular spot. So the second year, we had multiple pictures of it. The deer was living in the food plot, and JT and I headed up, and we hunted 3 days before gun season with an archery only tag, and I passed quite a few deer, but one really good one. And the only reason I did is because I knew what deer was there.
They just chased our 7-pointer off. We rattled him back in. And now they're going back over there where he just went.
So going into the 2019 season, we already had 2 years history with this deer, and as we started getting velvet pictures of Sweetness, it was unbelievable. He was blowing up. Tines coming out everywhere. So Ohio season comes in the last Saturday of September. So September 29th, I go up, I'm hunting with my good buddy Josh White, and we were gonna swap off for a couple days. And I'm in the tree, and Josh is hunting, and my phone buzzes. I look down, and my Spartan camera has sent me a trail camera picture, and it's Sweetness running straight down the middle of my food plot. I immediately looked at Josh, said, "Josh, I'm packing up, I'm going to Illinois." So after arriving in Illinois, I hunted a couple days. It was kind of hot. We had a cold front coming in on Friday. I grabbed David, we headed to the tree. So about 30 or 40 minutes before sunset, David turned the camera on and was checking some settings. And he immediately tapped me on the shoulder and said, "Jamie, something's not right with the camera." And you know, David had never ran my camera, so I quickly grabbed it, pulled it over, and was checking a few settings, and something caught. I saw movement out of the corner of my eye, and it was 2 bucks. And I immediately looked at the first one, and it was just a small 6, and the second one was Sweetness.
So the ND filter was on. The ND filter was on. Oh my gosh. So I probably just shot the biggest deer of my life. And this is a new camera. And he came out like right under us. Came out in the food plot. And I drew back, and evidently the ND filter's on. And it's black. It's a train wreck. I'm still shaking though. God.
Man, I don't even know. I'm speechless. Look how big his body is. It was just like Ricky said. We planted that food plot. I drove all the way from the Carolinas up here and helped Ricky with the food plot, and he helped me put it in. Gracious enough to help me put it in. He helped me hang stands, and I'm just telling you right now.
Full Draw Adventures is brought to you by Ozonics, undetectable, undeniable. Sitka, turning clothing into gear. Black Eagle Arrows, precision carbon arrows. The Ultra Rest by Quality Archery Designs, America's archery accessories.
Early season, my first time in the stand, and right off the bat, we see a deer that we're super familiar with. So as I glassed this deer out in the field, I knew it was a deer that we had had tons of trail camera pictures from it. He had really took a super jump from last year. We had so much footage of him. He's got about 16 points, and we're pretty sure he was just 3 years old, so we decided to let him walk. my son behind the camera. We have got a couple deer showing up on trail cam here that are really good. We've had one show up 3 times in the last 2 days. Me and Tyler seen him on the hoof from the other side of the field over here that they make a scrape. And we're just kind of sitting on this side. We've been waiting for a good wind. So today we've got a mediocre wind. A lot of our deer come across this cornfield and come in right here. We got water on both sides. There's only a little low spot they can get through without having to go through deep water. They can just wade it right here. So we're just gonna sit up right here and see what happens. Stick with us. So a few weeks later, we're in the stand again. Wind's blowing probably 35 miles an hour. We're thinking it's gonna be a terrible day. We look up across the field. Here comes one of our hit list bucks. Unfortunately, this deer didn't get in range of us. We got a lot of great footage, got to really check him out through our glasses. He just never broke that distance to get that archery shot. Come shotgun season, different story. The tines on that dude, goodness gracious. 2s and 3s both are big, ain't they? Little kicker.
Today's Sitka tip of the week is on organization and the proper backpack while hunting. Today's hunters go in the woods with a lot of gear, and you really need to be organized with that gear to be effective and efficient. Between calls and accessories and just a tremendous amount of gear, you want to have that readily accessible and organized. So having a great backpack is essential. For me, the Sitka backpacks allow you to properly organize your gear and has a compartment for everything you need. We all put a lot of effort into making sure we have the right weapon and making sure we have the right gear in general. Don't make the mistake of not having the right backpack that will allow you to organize your hunt.
Full Draw Adventures is brought to you by Martin Archery, designed and engineered to offer the best archery experience available. Whether your game is target or hunting, Martin is at the head of the pack.
This deer that we had targeted and really was trying to take had just totally evaded us after the first month. We went from getting pictures of him every day to not having a single picture of him in 3 weeks on cameras all over this farm. And we were hunting the back of the farm, still trying to target this deer. And I get a call from Rick, one of my buddies, and he says, "Man, your big deer's out there in the front field by the road laying with a doe." So we got out of the tree and got down and tried to make a game plan on how we could put something together to get on this deer. So we get our game plan together and get set up on this deer. We glass him out in the field with a doe right where Rick said he was going to be at. And we sit here and wait 6 or 7 hours on this deer to get up and make a move. So after waiting all these hours on this deer to finally get up, he gets up with the doe. The doe makes his way around the field and he comes up and it looks like he's gonna offer me the perfect shot. And I start to put tension on my release to draw my bow, and the doe lays down and he lays down with her. And probably for another 45 minutes to an hour, we sat here and wait for him to stand up. real life, this deer gets up and just bolts on me, and I think he's fixing to run out of my life, and frankly, I rush a shot. So this buck just circles around out in the field, has no idea that I've even shot at him. The doe was still laying here to my left, and he's lets me get a good range on him, and that SWAT finds its mark. He's down. I just stroked him. Oh my God, he's already down. He's dead in 15 seconds. Oh my God, he got up and ran. Oh my God, I thought he was leaving. This buck came in. Oh my God, I can't believe this just happened. I thought he was taking off running. I thought the doe would ran. I can't see her through this blind. I thought the doe would ran. This other little buck came in. He got up and took off running to like challenge this buck to run this buck off. They're still standing there. They have no idea that I have just shot. He's down. What a beautiful animal. I am tickled. It all just worked out perfect today. I got a nice, mature 13 pointer. It is been a battle with this deer all year long. It's been like a chess game. We got a brand new farm, and this was the very first deer that we saw the first day we scouted it, me and my son. And my son just loved this deer. Man, he's all palmated. We've been playing chess back and forth. We'll be on this side, he'll be on that side of the farm. This morning, Ricky calls me, we're on the other side of the farm, and Ricky tells me, hey, your deer with the swooping left side is bedded with a doe out in the fence row. This was probably 8:30. So we got down, and me and my son Tyler put a plan together and just kind of went and set up on the deer, hoping that when he got up with the doe that evening that he would come by us. We kept ranging some bushes close and kept thinking, oh, it's 44 yards, it's 45 yards. We kept thinking, hey, he's closer than that, but I was still thinking, hey, the rangefinders won't lie. So I actually hit him right here high and shot through him, and it didn't faze him a bit. And then he took off running, and the second time I ranged him at 64 yards, and this SWAT hybrid put him down in 30 yards. So that's what I love about deer hunting. You know, I go from the lowest lows to the highest highs. I think this deer's gone. I haven't seen him in 3 weeks to putting him in the back of the truck.